And right now we're back with Focus Delaware. Right now we're going to be talking about the Tricentennial celebration of Chester County, 300 years old. And Longwood Gardens is going to be having a very special celebration up there from the 19th to the 26th of this month in celebration of the Tricentennial celebration. Here is Jeanna Tucker, who is on the Tricentennial Committee. She's been on this committee for 18 months, and she's going to tell us about the many plans that Longwood Gardens has for them. Hello, how are you?
Good evening. Fine, thank you.
Boy, I was just amazed looking at the program, all the different activities that are going on at Longwood Gardens. But before we do that, let's talk about Longwood Gardens itself. Give us a little historical perspective on Longwood Gardens.
Fine. Longwood Gardens is about 1,000 acres of land, 350 of which are open to the general public every day of the year normally, being turned into a stage of all stages during the Tricentennial celebration.
And now where is Longwood Gardens located?
Route 1, Kennett Square, just about 30 miles west of Philadelphia.
And who's paying for all this?
Tricentennial Executive Committee, as well as sponsorship from the Pennsylvania of the Arts and some private donations and business donations.
Why don't we take a look now at Longwood Gardens, give the viewers an idea of what's available there.
Excellent.
Okay.
Longwood Gardens, overview here showing the scope of the 1,000 acres, 350 of which are used daily, most of which will still be used through the Tricentennial and Festival of the Arts. Fountain Garden and Conservatory, looking across the 5-acre fountain garden to the main conservatory toward the entrance where people enter. Here we have the exhibition hall and the main conservatory. This is always filled with plants, which Longwood is so famous for. At all different times of the year, the plants change, and all these areas will be used for acts, strolling actors, stages, etc. during the time of the Tricentennial. The Azalea House will be filled with geraniums, if you will, for the time during the Festival of the Arts. And of course they have their 3 pools in there also. The Orchid House, you find, is always filled with the best blooms, more than 6,000 plants. Flower Garden Walk here, shown in the late summer, highlighted with the flowers around it. Square Fountain, with the yellow pansies of spring, just below the Flower Garden Walk, and would probably find some troubadours or actors strolling along there. Historic Pierre Pierce DuPont House at Longwood. Began in 1730, the construction of which has been finished since then and, of course, taken over by the DuPonts. The Italian Water Gardens, modeled on the Villa Gambaraia of Florence, Italy. Cool fountains, and you will find even refreshments there during the Festival of the Arts. Chimes Tower and Waterfall, which you can climb to the top of, and the open-air theater, setting for many of the evening functions to be held during the festival. Here you see the Marine Band, which comes every September. In front of the main conservatory is the main fountain garden, another one of Longwood's hydraulic wonders, which they're so known for. At full display, this passes 10,000 gallons of water per minute to be recirculated, and the tallest jet goes up to some 130 feet. The normal daytime display is less, but of course these typical fountain displays with the colored lights behind them will be visible every evening during the festival at 9:15 to finalize the celebration each day. DuPont was an engineer and was the one who was responsible for installing all of the electronics and engineering that's behind these beautiful fountains that Longwood is so known for throughout the U.S. as well as throughout the world.
Jeanna, I just love those fountains. When I've been up there, it's the most magnificent display I've seen anywhere, and we can be so proud that it's part of the Brandywine Valley.
Absolutely.
Well, Jeanna, the Festival of the Arts, which you've been talking about, is going to be held at Longwood Gardens. Why don't you tell the viewers when it starts and when it ends?
Okay, June 19th, this Saturday, starts the acts out on Saturday morning, 10 to 10 each day, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., running through Saturday, June 26th, ending with a performance by an All-American performance to capture all of the historical All-American events that we're having with Fred Waring and the Pennsylvanians on Saturday evening. The only performance that has to have a purchase ticket above and beyond the cost of regular entrance fee to Longwood.
And the regular entrance fee of $4 per person gets you into everything.
$4 an adult, absolutely, all day long, and you are welcome to leave the grounds, come back into the grounds. If you wish to eat off of the grounds, return on the same ticket. $1 for children, or a special $15 week-long ticket.
But there are refreshments and food available on the grounds.
Absolutely. And this is one of the greatest things that's happened for the festival because Longwood has not had eating facilities. New York Associates of Restaurants, who will be building the actual restaurants for Longwood to open next year, are going to cater food in 6 different outlets throughout the grounds, from the ballroom to the Rose Garden cafe to one large area seating 200 people inside, 130 outside, serving all the way from 4-course prime beef dinners down to quiche, down to cool drinks and ices.
Now, I'd like to ask you what events you're going to have, but I saw that there's something different every hour. You could just briefly give us a sort of an overview of what type of events will be there.
You're right. Could not possibly cover them. Over 1,000 performers will be coming in, national and local. Of national interest, we have Marion McPartlin, jazz, 20s and 30s. We have Fred Waring, which I've already mentioned, the Pennsylvania's coming in. Then we have everything from country, bluegrass, to ethnic cloggers, steel bands, ballet, dance of all sorts, mime, clowns and puppets for the children, country bluegrass bands, Kennett Symphony. People's Light and Theater will be doing 1 act. There will be Shakespearean plays, on and on and on. All cultures, all interests for all ages.
Now, if people would like to have more information, where might they contact?
Longwood Gardens. Absolutely. Call Longwood Gardens and they will be glad to send you a scheduled event, talk to you about where they are located, the price, send you tickets, whatever it is that you need.
Speaking of tickets, Jeanna Tucker has provided us with 2 free passes, which we'll be giving away later on in the show, and I want to thank you, Jeanna.
Thank you.
Now, again, what is the dates of the Festival of the Arts at the Longwood Gardens?
June 19th through 26th, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. each day.
I hope you viewers all go out there. I'm looking forward to going there myself and hope to see you there too. Thanks, Jeanna Tucker from Longwood Gardens, for telling us about this great Festival of the Arts that will be held there to commemorate the 300th anniversary of Chester County.
Thank you so much.
And now we're going to be going to some short messages, but stick around. I'm looking forward to spending the